Hi there, Lee from Aussie Liberty. Just a bit of a follow up to my last video, which was on, the difference between winning government and winning the battle for liberty. Um, I guess I want to sort of uh, go to sort of the nature of kind of how politics operates. So, politics is always and everywhere a project in coalition building. And when I mean coalition building, I don't mean, the coalition as in the Nationals and the Liberals, but I mean politics is about uniting people who have diverse opinions into a sort of a set of goals or objectives or principles or whatever. Um, and I think that happens in every party. So obviously the Liberal Party and I guess the Labor Party as well, in its own way, are obviously coalition. So you've got social conservatives, you've got sort of libertarians or classical liberals, you've kind of got sort of centrist conservatives, you've got agricultural socialists, you've got socialists of other kind. And you sort of bring them together and you have a nice big tent. It's a bit like the Roman Catholic Church where it's, belonging is more important than believing. So, you've got this big tent, includes everybody in there, and that brings a range of impacts in terms of what you can and can't achieve and who you have to bribe to get things done and all this kind of stuff. But I want to suggest that the Liberal Democrats is also a coalition of sorts. It may be a narrower coalition. In fact, every minor party is, they're just narrower coalitions. So in the Liberal Democrats, you're going to get, sort of disenchanted liberals, sort of socially conservative but sort of economically conservative. So I guess David Lynham kind of fits in that thing, that sort of sphere. I guess Bob Day would actually is probably a better example. Not that he's in the Liberal Democrats, but there's a lot of guys like him, socially conservative, but economically conservative, and so they don't care about social issues, but they care a lot about the economics. But then you've got guys like Gabe Buckley, who is, God willing, will be the senator in Queensland, who's this, hippie, a left libertarian. You can, in the Liberal Democrats, you're gonna have Rothbardians, and you might maybe have objectivists, as they can stomach anybody else. You can have a range of different people who are sort of putting aside the exact preference they want to work together to a common goal, just like every other organization on the planet does. So I guess it's really a false division to say that libertarians should either go for one, the Liberal Democrats, or for the Liberals. My take is that a rising tide lifts all boats. So, in sometimes the coalition you're trying to build will need social conservatives, broadly in a parliament. There'll be times where you're going to need right wingers, statist right wingers. There'll be times where you need statist left wingers. There'll be, maybe, God willing, we'll have a libertarian coalition, the number of libertarian parliamentarians that are big enough that you can just have libertarian parliamentarians. But even then, it's still about coalition. It's about giving up some things to gain other things. So you see a lot in the Australian Libertarian Society Facebook page and, just in the general, like, all this kind of like, well, you can't be part of my crew. You can't be part of my team. You have to be like this. Be it Liberal or be it LDP. And I think people need to sort of realize that you can't get everything. The goal is to get some things. If you want to have, even in markets, you can't have everything you want. You have to have trade-offs. There's always trade-offs. That's one of the great insight about sort of free market economics is you got to think about trade-offs. You can't have a perfect world. So I guess I would sort of call on libertarians and classical liberals and free market conservatives to kind of ease up a bit, maybe have a bit of a truce. Just realize that, we're kind of all in this together. Give Gary, I guess Gary Johnson, you can give him a break when it comes to being maybe not the perfect libertarian. You can give Peter Phelps and, others who are involved in politics and say, well, they're not perfect. They're not exactly not exactly what I want, but they've got some of what I want, and I can work with them on those issues. And if I can't work on the issue, all the issues I want, I'll find other people I can work with. All right, well, thanks for joining me. Please subscribe to my channel. You can find me on Facebook, which is Aussie Liberty, and at Aussie Liberty on Twitter. Love to hear from you. Yeah, and I should probably make mention that I'm now part of a Students for Liberty group in Notre Dame, Fremantle. So we've got a Facebook page for that. We're trying to get things running. So throw us a like there too. Thanks very much.